What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Dudes Who Bet Daily. And Magic's got the broom out. That's because we went 3-0 last night. Two easy wins in the horse racing world. And Papa Dude had to sweat a little bit. But at the end of the day, last couple of minutes, you kind of knew VCU was going to cover. All right, let's get right into it today, guys. I will kind of make the announcement right off the bat. Everybody's thinking about Gulfstream today, which is, normal. They are sloppy. Races 2 and 8 off the turf. The other two
At
races.
Gulfstream, you say?
I said Gulfstream. I meant Fairgrounds. Let's start over.
I thought you were being.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Dudes Who Bet Daily. The brooms are out. That's because we had a sweep last night. So a good second day of the week for us. We're now 5-1 on the week.
Is it sloppy?
I will make this announcement at Fairgrounds today. The track is sloppy. Races 2 and 8 off the turf at Fairgrounds. Rest of the races on the turf. We'll talk about that in a second. Before we do that, though, let's get to the game of the day. Marquette at UConn today. UConn 7.5-point favorite. This is number 1 versus number 4. Total sits at 147.5. Papa Dude, who you got in this one?
Well, that line keeps going up. Kind of surprising to me. UConn has not had a test in a long time. They've been killing people. Marquette's a worthy foe. Tough game. I don't really care for their coach that much. I think it's Oshaka, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't respect a coach named Shaka.
It's Shaka, but go ahead.
Shaka, well, even that's worse. The only thing would hold me back on them, but they're pretty good despite him. So I'm going to go Marquette plus 7.5 in this one. I think UConn's better, but I think that's a lot of points in a big time game in the Big East Conference today.
All right, Magic, who you got?
Good teams win. Great teams cover. Marquette Golden Eagles are going to cover this one. UConn's stellar at home overall, but the fact that Tyler Kolek seems to still be red hot, reigning Big East Player of the Year for the Golden Eagles. Yeah, I'll take Marquette to cover this, but UConn at home, it just feels like it's too difficult to go in there and win. I think if they go neutral site for a big tournament or, the NCAA tournament, even if we're lucky, that's when you might want to play Marquette. But UConn at home, they're too tough.
UConn at home. I'm with you. I'm with UConn today as well.
I've been watching these basketball expert.
Well, exactly. I've been watching these games where these home teams are big favorites, and everybody goes, that's too many. They've been dominating this week. You think about Auburn, they killed South Carolina. Think about the game last night. Who was it? San Diego State. They killed New Mexico. So
no, that they didn't kill them.
They killed them.
No, that was a 4-point game with a minute and a half to go. You obviously didn't watch that.
I watched the whole game. They killed him. If you don't cover the spread, you get killed. That's my correlation.
Hey, I tell you what, I was impressed with San Diego State. That's a team you better watch in the tournament, depending on their matchup, whoever they get. If they make the tournament, they're not in because they're in a small conference, but they probably will be if they keep playing like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're good.
They look good.
Were you surprised at that crowd and how crazy it was in there?
No, they were saying that's a really good crowd. I've never watched San Diego State at home, but the announcers were saying this was a huge home advantage each game for them. I don't know.
Yeah.
True or not. Nuts. Yeah. But it was a wild atmosphere.
It was.
Doubt. Yeah, it was nuts. All right, let's go Kansas and Oklahoma today. Another big game here. Total sits at 142.5. Kansas, even though they're kind of struggling, they are a 2.5-point favorite today in Norman. Papa Dude, who you got?
Well, this will be a sellout because Kansas will buy 7,000 of the available 11,000 seats.
Yeah.
So it will be a very good atmosphere for the road team. Right?
Probably.
Yes, it's ridiculous. I got Kansas. I'm not picking Oklahoma. They can't shoot the ball. This is not a great Kansas team, though, and they're struggling. If you can score a little bit, you can beat them. Oklahoma cannot. This is a game OU needs bad.
Yep.
They ain't going to get it. Give me the Jayhawks plus 2.5 or minus 2.5.
Jayhawks minus 2.5 for Papa Dude. Magic, who you got?
I'm gonna go with the under on this one. I wonder, like, I haven't looked. I've been looking to see, but I haven't found out if McCullough's going to be available for Kansas. He's missed their last couple of games, but they're dealing with a bunch of injuries. Suarez just got hurt for Oklahoma in their last game. He's going to be out. I think this is going to be an under, heavy on the under in this spot. Kansas just 1-5 on the road in Big 12 play, but like Papa Dude said, this isn't a team that's going to score a bunch on them, and it sounds like there's not going to have much of a home court advantage either. So under 142.5.
I think it'll be a good atmosphere today, honestly. They down in Oklahoma do show up for Kansas usually. So I think it'll be a pretty good atmosphere, but Oklahoma's not good enough. I think that's the biggest problem. You can have 20,000 people going nuts. Oklahoma, I just don't think they're good enough. They just don't shoot the ball very well. They're kind of slumping. They got hot early in the season, but a lot of those teams they beat have not turned out to be very good. Now, the flip side of it is Kansas has been trash, but here's the problem, and this always happens when they play Oklahoma. They always are coming off a game when they come into Oklahoma where they've played like shit, and then they rebound and play a great game in Oklahoma. So I think that's going to happen today. Give me the Jayhawks.
I'll say this, too. Oklahoma's got 2 guys out. They got 2. They don't really have a star, so when they lose 2 of their top 8, now they may play. It's possible that they might play. But if they don't, that really hurts. Because it really doesn't matter with them who they have out there. They all look alike to me. So you lose 2 of those guys. So that's another thing. And I just don't know whether OU can handle the pressure of this game that they really need. If they win this, I think they're in the tournament. That's what they're dealing with.
Probably right. I think you're right. At the end of the day, they're kind of interchangeable, but they don't have a ton of depth. Like if they're losing a couple of guys, the guys that are coming in off the bench are going to be weaker. So
this is a huge game for them.
Yep. All right, let's get to the ice. We'll start with Magic on this one for the hockey play. Oilers and Stars. I can't wait for this game. It should be great. It's in Dallas. Dallas minus 125. Total sits at 6.5. Magic, who you got?
I'm gonna go with a prop on this one. Did you know you can get Connor McDavid over 1.5 points tonight, and it's plus money?
No. Wow.
You can, and that's where I'm going. The guy scored 12 points in his last 4 games. I think this is going to be a high-scoring affair. I know the Blues game with the Oilers turned out to be a huge high-scoring affair as well. McDavid all over the stat sheet. When they played the Red Wings, McDavid all over the stat sheet. This guy, to me, is the best player in the NHL right now, has been for several years. And, again, plus money, over 1.5 points tonight. I'm all in on that one.
And he was quiet against St. Louis, so he's probably due to have a big game tonight. And they may have been looking ahead to this game when they were in St. Louis a couple of nights ago. All right, Papa Dude, who you got? Oilers, Stars.
You know, wouldn't you take him at plus 1.5 or whatever it is every game?
Almost, yeah.
I mean, this guy is incredible.
Yep.
And by the way, the other guy, Draisaitl, ain't too bad either.
No.
That is a fun team to watch. I really like you guys are too young. They remind me of the old Oilers with Gretzky and Curry and those guys that just scored goals like crazy. It would really be neat to go back and watch Gretzky. Wouldn't it be great to watch him play? Just imagine how good that guy was. We just don't realize how good a player. We've never seen one even come close to what he regular season stuff. You know, McDavid's fantastic, but he's not that. He's not scoring like Gretzky did. It's unbelievable what Gretzky did. Of course, it was a different style of hockey back then.
It was a harder style to score. There was clutching, grabbing, people whacking each other in the head with sticks, and the ref just goes, it's a flesh wound.
Yeah, he was phenomenal. Anyway, I'm going Dallas tonight. I just love them at home, and I think they're going to get them. I'm going the Stars. It's hard for me to pick against the Stars.
Yeah, Stars at home, obviously very tough to pick against. I'll go with Dallas as well. I think this game's going over as well. I think over that 6.5 total makes a lot of sense. Oilers obviously a very good over team to play. Look, I think when you watch the Oilers and they do lose, it's usually because the other team scored a lot of goals like the Blues the other night. So, and that leans towards the over as well. So stars and over for me. Magic, what do you got?
McDavid would have gone over. He didn't score a goal, but he had 2 assists on the 3 goals Edmonton had against St. Louis.
Did he really?
So that would have cashed. Yeah,
that.
You said he was quiet. I was like, I didn't think so. He didn't score. I'm not saying over 1.5 goals. I'm saying over 1.5 points.
Yeah, no, I didn't even realize that. I could, I was kind of distracted. I did not see him on the stat sheet. Wow, that's crazy. He was quiet.
You guys were just excited because you beat the shit out of the Oilers, and I understand that. I would be excited about that too. To limit them to only 3 goals and beat them, that's good.
Yeah, that's definitely the truth. I can promise you. All right, let's get to racing. We're gonna go to the fairgrounds today. Race 14 on the card. It is the Risen Star Stakes. Like I said at the beginning of the show, not the very beginning, but the real beginning of the show, it is sloppy at fairgrounds. So fairgrounds and the slop, this race will be at night. So I don't know if we'll be able to see it, Magic, to be honest with you. But everything going on, it is an unbelievable prep. There are no scratches in this race, which is great. All right, Magic, what are your thoughts? Who do you like here?
I actually have changed since yesterday, my top pick. I kind of slept on it and thought about it. And I'm going to get off of Track Phantom here. There's a stat since 2000, horses that break from post 10 and wider, going a mile and 1/8 on the dirt at fairgrounds, 4 for 47. That's not good. Now, you'd have to really go back and look in those races, those 47 races. Who are the horses breaking from post 10? We have a lot of donkeys and mules out there, but statistically, for it to be that difficult to overcome that post, especially when Track Phantom is a speed horse, and it looks like a couple horses to his inside might be a little faster, including now my top pick, the 7 Hall of Fame. That horse is just so impressive last time out. I watched that replay over and over, so I'm going to put Hall of Fame on top. I like Sierra Leone a lot. The fact that the track is going to be sloppy makes me a little worried about it because he looked like, he had that muddy win in the Remsen, but Chad Brown was saying that he wished it would have been a fast track, and he didn't love that this is going to turn out to be pretty wet track. So I'm going to go with Hall of Fame on top to see if he can just replicate that super impressive maiden win on Lecomte Stakes Day.
All right. I'll save mine for the last. Go, Papa Dude, who you got?
Well, I know what yours is because we already have talked about this on our show.
Yeah.
And we discussed it in length. We know Asmussen pretty well, and both of us are surprised, I think, weren't we, that Hall of Fame and Track Phantom are in the same race?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we thought that.
Well, when Hall of Fame broke his maiden, we thought, okay, one will go Rebel. Hall of Fame will go Rebel, and Track Phantom will stay here because
he would send one up to Oakland.
Yeah.
So I'm really surprised, and I think it's going to be fascinating to see how this race plays out because I think Track Phantom likes to go too. And we know Hall of Fame does. Well, here's the thing with Hall of Fame. He's only ran twice.
Yeah.
So we don't know. He shows go to the front and win in that impressive win. But when they've only run twice, is that what they're going to do? I mean, to me, I don't know for sure. It looks like it. So what will we do? How are they planning this out? Or he's just going to let them run? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to work. I don't think you can judge by the jockeys either, which one he likes the best. He uses them both. I don't think there's really anything there to go by. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the horse that's won the most, and that's Track Phantom. And that's what most people would think, I would say. That's the way I bet. I don't like Sierra Leone for one reason, and this is dumb, but I don't like Chad Brown away from New York and Florida. I just don't. And I don't think he runs that well. I'm a little surprised this horse is here. So he has a reason, obviously. I do think the horse is good. And Catching Freedom is the other one. I don't know how good he is. He looked good in winning up at Oakland. Cox sent him down here instead of keeping him at Oakland. I think that's a little strange as well.
Yep.
But I'm going with the guy who's won 3, and that's Track Phantom.
Yeah, it's hard to argue the Track Phantom pick for sure, and it is kind of like that's what you want to do. Like with your picks, you want that established horse, and that totally makes sense. He is the established one if you're trying to go between the Asmussen. So, well, I guess Magic and I are now on the same horse. I thought Papa Dude and Magic were on the same horse, but Magic is switched. We'll find out in a few hours if that's good or bad. Listen, I kind of think you touched on a couple things that made sense, Papa D, where you said the horses only ran twice. You really don't know what his actual running style is. Yeah. And you really, honestly, the trainer and the jockey have got a much better idea than us three sitting here, but they don't truly know what that horse likes to do either. So I think it's a pretty simple thing. If the Hall of Fame gets on the lead, I think he just takes it, right? I don't think they're going to purposely like pull him back, but if he breaks and he's not out in front, I mean, he didn't have like the lead in that maiden win the whole time. Like he was second for a good part of it. I don't know. I just think Hall of Fame's a little bit better horse. I think he's got a little more talent, and I really like Track Phantom. I just kind of think Hall of Fame's got more talent. I think we're getting a really good price on him. My worry is, am I one race too early? Is this too much too early for a horse that just broke the maiden just I guess that's 3 weeks ago now. Yeah. That's a worry, and I'm here to tell you it is. However, you're getting the price to kind of negate the worry, right? If he's 3-2 in this race, well, then I don't think you want to play him. But if he's 4, 5, 6-1, yeah, I think it makes sense. So I may be a race early. I'm going to go Hall of Fame on top in this one. And I kind of agree with the thoughts on Sierra Leone. Maybe next time. I'm not sure about this time for him. And look, if Track Phantom wins, I won't be upset and I won't be surprised because he's obviously a very, very good horse. All right.
Can I ask you real quick before we go? So this is race 14. We've got, I think, 12 or 11 races on dirt up to before this race, right? Yes. If we see in a lot of these races in the slop that speed is just absolutely dying on the track and isn't sustaining like in every race, who are we switching to? Because at that point, I'm going Sierra Leone if I see that it looks like speed cannot hold.
I'm looking Sierra Leone. I'm looking Catching Freedom. I'm looking Honor Marie, if that's the case.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know if you guys listening or you guys here with me agree or not, I always feel like speed does better in the slop. Meaning that I think the slop actually helps speed. However, that's not always the case, and I'm not saying it's going to be the case today. Just in general, that's kind of my thought process. But yes, if their speed horses are falling down, those three are logical. Papa Dude, you got any thoughts on that?
Well, if it all falls apart, should we look at McPeak in a race like this? Sometimes
I think that's a good one. Yeah, it's Magic Heights. But honestly, how many times have we seen it? We've seen it so many times.
Yeah,
we saw it twice in the same damn card at Oaklawn.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the race he wins, and then we all get on that horse, and he never wins again. Seems like.
Yeah.
Well, if it's all falling apart, all through the day, that who knows what's going to happen? Anytime you're doing a sloppy track, you just don't know.
If the track does play like that and speed is just falling apart all day, by the time we get to the 14th race, people may be broke because there's a lot of horses with good early speed and a lot of first-time starters that I project are going to have really good early speed. And if they're all falling apart, it's going to be bad for people.
I wondered when Shotty was going to mention Red Route 1, didn't you?
Well, yeah, Red Route 1 running in the 11th race. And that's a race where if it falls apart, he's got to be the main.
Well, he loves the slop too. He loves a muddy track.
He's going to finish third at least, right?
I feel like even if the speed is falling apart, he'll still get second somehow, some way. He's the only closer. All these horses are literally going to stop, and he'll be like, "Oh, I just got nosed out.
I see my chance to bring it second again."
And this is a huge day for Shotty. Red Route 1, and then Barber Road at Gulfstream Park. What? So it's going to be wild for sure. Yeah,
he got a fresh trim too.
Well, he may have needed that. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Then somebody else in the chat said Nash is running today. Can he beat two other horses? So he was facing a field of 7. It's now a field of 3. He is the only horse with any speed at all in the race. So it's like, oh my God, if he loses today, forget it. He's done.
Will he be the most overrated horse of all time if he loses today?
He'd be the most overrated horse of all time that doesn't like get an injury or something like that for sure. Like this is a horse on December 23rd. I think the gun runner was. Brad Cox is like, this is by far my best 3-year-old. Like this is the one I've got. He's went on to lose twice. However, he's lost to Track Phantom. So there is a story at the end of the day that could be Nash beat that field by 12 and Track Phantom won the Risen Star. And you go, okay, he's not wonderful, but he's not bad. Or the story could be he loses and Track Phantom's off the board and Nash is the worst horse of all time that was hyped to be good. That.
I think Cox is trying to tell us by putting him in an allowance.
Well, a lot of people are like, well, he put Cyberknife in an allowance, and then he went on to win the Arkansas Derby.
Well, that's true.
That's what they're going to try to do with Nash. But, yeah, Magic just said Cyberknife was nuts. That was his problem.
Yeah.
Nash just doesn't look to be good enough in the 2 races there at Fairgrounds. Like, I don't really look at him and go, he's nuts. He kind of does things the right way. But when it's time to go run, Nash is just like, yeah, I don't think so. I'm not doing that. Yeah. So this is another thing. Not to just keep harping on Nash, but he is kind of a funny horse to talk about. He might need LASIK. So those races at Fairgrounds, he didn't have it. I don't know. That could be a problem as well. So we're going to find out today. And we're going to find out quick on that one. About hour and a half, I'd say.
Doesn't Dr. Tang have Nash in the fantasy?
No, John and Ryan have Nash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they also have Tuscan Sky. So 2 of the 3 horses in that race. If Hawks Creek wins, I'm going to have a field day with that.
Oh, that will be fun.
If the 4-horse who is not a good-looking horse on paper at all, if he wins, it'll be the funniest day of our lives. So, all right, let's get to the best bets here. More horse racing. We're going to go to Magic first. He loves this horse. Tell us who you like, Magic.
God, I saw him show up in the entry box. I'm like, I'm not even like thinking about this. Post time is going to be my favorite. I love this horse. He is 6 for 7 lifetime. The only time he's ever lost was when he left Maryland. And he was a good third at Keeneland in the 7 furlong stakes behind Race Kane, who isn't a superb horse, but is definitely proven that he's got a lot of talent and can get the job done. This horse loves the slop. He loves a fast track. We're kind of in the middle right now at Laurel Park. He's never tried graded stakes company, but he returned from 64 days off last out and beat the piss out of the horses he was facing, including 7's 11, who is coming back in this race for another ass beating. Post time, a career high buyer for winning that stakes race. First race as a 4-year-old. Now second race as a 4-year-old. I'm going to make a prediction. He's going to win this race and go from here and win the Grade 1 Carter at Aqueduct in his next start. I'm calling my shot right now. This horse is going to win the Grade 1 Carter. First of all, there aren't a lot of good horses that show up for the Carter. There's usually like 1 or 2 maybe in a good year. This horse is going to go over there and beat everybody in the Carter after winning the Grade 3 General George. Race 9 at Laurel Park today.
All right, we'll see. I'm not going to hold you to that Carter prediction. I'm not sure about that one. You may have went too far with that one, but we'll see. Hey, you know who won the wasn't it? Who was that mule that won it last year? Doppelganger, right? He won the Carter last year.
Yep.
I think
another horse that I loved.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, hate to ruin the streak, but I probably will with this one. I'm going to go to Oaklawn Park. And I'm also taking an Archie bread, so really tempting fate today. I'm going to go Oaklawn Park Race 8, number 1, Mozingo. Okay, here's the deal. Yes, it's Oaklawn. It's very tough. Yes, it's an Arkansas bred. However, Diodoro has this horse. This was a really nice horse that won an allowance here at Arkansas, here at Oaklawn Park 2 races ago. Came off of a long layoff last time out. I thought ran really well. Got third, beaten 4 1/4. Second race off the layoff, second race for Diodoro, gets the rail and has a ton of speed. I think if this horse breaks well, I don't think they're beating her today. So number 1, Mozingo in the 8th race at Oaklawn for me, and I could tell people are not happy about it, but that's where I went. I'm sorry.
My reaction was all the tracks running today. You've got 4 NHL plays over on the Best Bets page. And you go to Oaklawn and pick a damn Arkansas bred. I mean, if it wins, I'm going to shut up. But oh boy.
Now, what I want to know is what's the odds on this right now? What's the
2-1.
line?
2-1.
All right, so you're going to probably get 1-5 again.
No.
Turkey bread.
She won't be 1-5. No way.
3-5.
Right,
3 I don't think so. I think she's going to be like 7-5.
Okay. It is a race. She's not in open company, is she?
No.
Okay, all right.
Arkansas bred race.
I knew you
look,
had lost your mind completely.
Here was the problem with fairgrounds. Okay. I had some horses I thought about there. Then they were off the turf on a couple of races. One of them that I liked actually and scratched. Then it's like, I'm not betting Nash at 1-5. That's nuts. Like, I don't know that I really would want him at even money. I don't trust Best Actor enough. I thought about him as I just don't really trust him. It's sloppy. It's fairgrounds. I couldn't go there. And then it's like Gulfstream. It seems like a lot of shit horses running. So I don't know. It's like I got to go to Oaklawn today. So sorry. All right, Papa Dude, tell us yours.
What's that?
I said, Papa Dude, tell us yours.
Oh, I thought you said tell a story.
No.
Oh, I don't want to. Anyway, well, I have a ton I like today. And if you like to buy mine, I'm probably going to add some more. So I think I have 9 on there already, maybe 8.
Oh, my God.
It's a day that I don't like the major conferences too much, except for this one. So there's a lot of little goofy ones that I really like today that I've been cashing on pretty regularly. Anyway, Virginia's at home. Now, they're coming off a dud. They had been playing very, very well, and they threw a shoe in against Pitt at home last time out. And that happens. There's times you just don't play well, and Pitt's decent. So I think that's why this line is 2. Wake Forest they're pretty good. Wake Forest is a good team. I just think Virginia's going to win. I mean, it's a no-brainer for me. They're at home. They're damn good. Wake Forest is good too, but 2 points, I will be shocked if they get beat. If they get beat, something's wrong. I mean, it's not that if it was in Wake Forest, I would think different, but it's not. And I think they're going to come back. The only risky thing about Virginia is they struggle to score. And sometimes when you struggle to score, you can get beat. And I think, though, that was just an aberration. Pitt played great. Pitt's not bad. I think they bounce back today and cover this too.
All right. I kind of like it. I watched that game Virginia sucked in, but like I said, can't judge them off just that one game. So I'm with you on that one. Quickly said, no Somich on guide needs updated. It actually just got updated. I think, well, he just emailed it, which means he's uploading it to the site now, and it will be on there. We waited till after scratches to post his because it was like, hey, I'm not going to post picks that are going to scratch. That's what Somich likes to do, and I respect it. So he will be on there, if not right now, in the next 1 to 2 minutes, let's say. So make sure to check that out as well. All right.
I really hope Papa Dude's play here doesn't pull a classic Magic because they're up right now. They're looking good early. Just round the far turn and don't hit a damn wall.
That's right.
Why did you do one at 11?
Yeah, you're right. Well, listen, I do so many of these. I don't know what time any of them are.
They're up 11-8. So if you want to bet it live, you can probably get about 2 points right there. Yeah,
I wish
11-24 to go for. You could probably get. Yeah, there you go. Uh-oh. You can get them at 1.5 there, 1.5, 2 points.
It's now 16-13 Wake Forest.
Okay, so you might want to not do that now,
guys. It's college basketball. It can be 22-16 the other way in a minute and a half.
Well, so now you might be able to get plus money on them.
Yeah,
so
just
kind of keep an eye out on that.
I don't even start watching these games I picked till about 8 minutes left in the game. It's crazy how these things can change. By the way, before we get off here, I wish we had stayed on another 2 minutes yesterday when Magic's horse, that he had, I think, what was it, 5-2, was
9-5,
9-5,
9-5. Okay,
poor Magic,
and hit the wall again.
Yeah,
the reaction. That's pretty much was it. It was classic. I loved it.
It was this pillow, but it did go flying into the banner. Yeah.
By the way, I'm
pretty
pretty sure
just hucked it.
I'm pretty sure Shoddy thought when you were telling her the story, thought the horse actually hit a wall because you weren't. The look on her face at first was like, "Oh my god!" And then I think she realized, "Oh, he's saying, we were doing trivia, spoiler alert, Shotty's gonna be back on the trivia. And we were doing it was like, uh-oh, So I think she thinks that.
Well, he'd have to veer off pretty far to hit a wall, wouldn't he?
I don't know. She could correct me, but the look on her face was a little
not
bit.
Not that I wanted him to get hurt, but that would have been a better result than what happened. Like, at least you understand why he lost when he's up by 7 and the jockey's in the turn going, hey, nobody's around me. This is fun.
Now, Magic, let's calm down a little bit. She said totally did. And again, I looked right at her face and she was upset. And I thought, oh, God. She thinks that horse hit an actual wall. That's bad.
God. China's jealous of the wall that horse hit. My goodness.
Okay.
That's funny.
All right. Well, this has been some kind of show, but we're going to get off of here now. Picks for today. I'm going to go Oaklawn Park Race 8, number 1, Mozingo. Magic's going to go Laurel Park Race 9, number 3, Post Time. A horse that we know will break through that wall, no doubt. And then Papa Dude's going to go Virginia -2. 5-1 for the week, up 190, up $1,255 for the year so far. Let's keep those brooms out. Boy, it'd be nice to go 3-0 again today, but I picked Oaklawn, so it probably won't happen. All right, Magic, tell the people when we're going to be live.
We're going to be live at 2:45 Pacific, 4:45 Central, 5:45 Eastern. It'll cover the late pick 4 at Fairgrounds, as well as probably the Baffle Stakes, maybe the Carousel at Oaklawn, some fun stuff. So, yeah, Aaron and I will be there. It'll be lots of fun handicapping, talking the races, and, of course, the big Derby and Oaks Preps going on today. We're excited. We want to see you there.
All right. Yep. We are excited. And by that time, boy, it's going to be late. There's no telling what kind of mood we're going to be in. So this is not Gulfstream we're covering today. This is Fairgrounds. It's going to be late in the day. All right, guys, we're going to get off here. We'll see you back here in just a little bit. Everybody have a good rest of your day. And like I said, we'll see you soon.